Hey everyone, my name is Gina James. I am on the Incident Command Team. I am the Public Information Officer and I'm a member of the Quinault Business Committee. I'd like to give you an update on our COVID cases. So the total COVID cases as of today, December 18th, is 24. This includes active and recovered citizens. Of those 24, the total active COVID cases are 13, meaning those citizens are in isolation. Isolation being active means people who are still in their infectious period and have not recovered from the virus. Those citizens are isolating at home or at the Sweetgrass Hotel. They should not be out in the public, out in the community running errands, period. This is their highly infectious period, so they should not be out running any kind of errands. From the 24 cases for this month, 11 have recovered. This means those people have recovered from the virus and they no longer test positive for COVID-19. So in order to be released from isolation or quarantine, you have to have a test to be released. So it's a negative test. So that's great. They're recovered and that is good news. We also have good news to report. 20 of our community members in quarantine or isolation may be released this weekend if they test negative for the COVID virus. So it's similar to being released. You have to have another test so you can be released to go back to your normal work duties and normal life. The total amount of community members in quarantine through today is 37. So being in quarantine means that you were exposed to someone who had COVID, and this means you may not have the virus, but you could still get sick. So that's why it's important for you to stay in quarantine for the recommended amount of days, because we've had cases where individuals on their 11th day started getting sick and they then tested positive for the COVID virus. The Tribal Council has decided not to move to phase 1. We had a long deliberation about this, and we feel that we want the responsibility to be on the membership to follow our recommendations, follow recommendations from the CDC, from the Grace Harbor County. So we are still in phase 2. But the Quinault Business Committee and Incident Command Team highly recommend you do not gather with family members who do not live in your household. Statistics show we have many cases from immediate or close family members visiting or gathering with immediate and close family members who are not in the same households and spreading the virus. A family member could have the virus and not realize they have it, thereby unknowingly spread it to the other family members when they visit or have gatherings. So it's just very important to not gather until we get through this rough period with the pandemic. And like I said, our statistics do show that we are having cases come just from people, your immediate family, mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, visiting. Also, statistics show we have many cases from people who are at parties and sharing drinking cups and drug paraphernalia. No Jello shots. Just teasing. We are all sad to not be able to gather for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. Personally, this is the first year I have not spent with my mother for Thanksgiving. And I know how hard it is. So it will be the same for Christmas. Because there's a lot of people that can survive COVID virus, but there are those few who don't survive. And those are the ones that we worry about. The elderly, people with chronic medical conditions, high blood pressure, heart disease, asthma, autoimmune disease, any condition which weakens your body, makes you at high risk to become extremely sick or die from COVID. Uh, I know many of you have been watching the news. There are even healthy individuals that have died from COVID. It's just everybody's body reacts to it differently. And even if you are healthy, individuals are dying from the virus being perfectly healthy. We also want to stress that please talk to your kids, young adults, older adults, encourage them not to gather and have parties. It's just very important right now. The virus is spiking because of the indoor gatherings and parties. And we'd also like to mention that if you are high risk, try to have others shop for you. Do the curbside pickup at the grocery stores. You can download the app on your phone or have one of your family members show you how. You place your order and then they notify you when you can pick it up. You go to the designated spot and they actually bring the groceries out for you. Or if you live in an urban area, some grocery stores charge a small fee to deliver to your home. So that's great. If I lived in the urban area, I would definitely be trying to use that service. Right now, the nation is working on a vaccine policy. We are hoping to start vaccinations in January. The nation is targeting the Moderna vaccine. Vaccines are encouraged, we are not mandating anybody to get vaccinated, but CDC recommends that over 70% of the United States population should be vaccinated to have us go back to normal. Our health and wellness department employees have been working hard to develop the policy. It'll be based on prioritizing essential workers and elderly, the most vulnerable citizens, those with chronic conditions. So we will post another announcement on the vaccination policy soon, hopefully at the end of the month, maybe early January. It might be quick. If we get notice that we're getting our vaccinations, it'll be, boom. We'll need to call in people right away. So I'd like to thank the Health and Wellness Division. They're our frontline workers in our communities in Queets and Tahola. They're putting themselves in danger by medical and dental appointments. So I think we all need to thank them for putting themselves out there. All those that are in direct contact with people every day. So, we all need to work together to keep each other safe. Wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands. Do not attend gatherings outside of your household. That is a statistic that is proven that is spreading the virus. And sadly, we have now confirmed that 5 Quinaults have died from the COVID virus. We hope and pray there are no more deaths and express our deepest condolences to our families who are mourning. Command team and the Quinault Business Committee only wish our citizens the best. We are trying to safeguard our citizens during this terrible time. We don't like to do things to upset people, and we obviously don't want to restrict you from doing things that you love to do. And these are things that we are doing because we care for our membership and we want our communities to be safe. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that we've had to come to this position, but it's our duty as taking the oath as a Quinault Business Committee member to protect the health, safety, and welfare of our tribal members and our community. So thank you for listening to me, and I wish everybody well during the holidays. And I know it's sad not to be able to gather with your parents. I'm sorry I got emotional, but it is what it is. And we just want you all to remain safe. So after this video, I will post on social media some of the approved uses in phase 2, because there still are questions about what we are allowed to do in phase 2. But I urge those that we, follow those recommendations so we are not forced to move back to phase 1. That is the last resort. Phase 1 is pretty much closing down the reservation. Would still keep the government offices open, but it's basically a stay-at-home order besides traveling for essential services. So thank you, and I wish you all well, and I hope everybody stays safe, and have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you soon. Siokwo.